When God wants us to do something, He's going to make sure that we get it done. He can't be here physically. So the universe uses signs and different types of energy to get your attention. Yeah, I'm up at 1:44 and everybody's snoring. You hear them? Well, now they want to get quiet. Okay, so anyway, peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings to the universe. All praises go to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I am Queen. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, feel free to hit that notification bell. I'm back with another video. I feel like I'm woke when everybody's sleeping. And when this first started, it felt kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Yeah, I'm hearing popping noises, okay? Let me tell you something about that. Don't be afraid of everything. Everything is not bad, okay? When you have good energy around you, don't you feel it? Just as well as you could feel the bad energy around you. So, God says, do not be afraid of sudden terror. You're supposed to pray about it. Even if you get a jump scare, you better fix that energy. Because we're not supposed to be afraid of sudden terror, because just knowing that God does, you're supposed to know that He can do anything and everything. He controls you. He controls negative energy. He controls the devil, okay? So, frankly, you hear popping noises and all that. I know a lot of people used to be like, oh, that's the old wood in your house and say things like that. But let me tell you what that popping noise is sometimes. That popping noise is your ancestors moving around. It's the spirits moving around. You have lost spirits. Some haven't even crossed over. But you always pray and rebuke the bad, because the good is going to stay. Always. The good is not going to run when you put God's name on it. The good is going to bow down. So you always rebuke Satan, rebuke the Satans. The Satans in the mighty name of Yah. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, there go that snoring again. Sometimes God will cause what we feel like is a traumatic event to happen. How you think is not how the Most High thinks. He thinks the correct way when we think the wrong way sometimes. We don't always think the correct way. And that's just about being in flesh. Man thoughts are versatile. They are vital. They're not always correct. And you might have an intrusive thought. And it comes and it goes. And me being telepathic, it be the intrusive thoughts that get me. Oh my gosh. And it messes up your mood sometimes. Because you're like, I just caught what you said. I just caught that thought. And some people, intrusive thoughts are sinister, bro. Yeah, they could be sinister. And when I hear them thoughts, I go rebuking. Because I don't need that negative energy. Some, like, intrusive thoughts can't be controlled. They come and they go. That's just like you see a person and we're not supposed to think like, we're not supposed to judge people. And you might be like, oh, she got a big right toe. and then I make you like, oh, I shouldn't think that. And you start thinking about something else. That's an intrusive thought, okay? But it comes and it goes. So when God causes traumatic things to happen to you, because I want to stay on basics about this, because I'm going somewhere with this. Just follow me. When God causes traumatic events to happen, there's always a lesson learned out of it. There's always something to be learned out of whatever you're going through. There's something to be learned. It was something very traumatic that happened to me. And me, like I said in my previous videos, I am a daughter of Oshun. And I don't say that lightly. I don't go around telling people this because I'm very private, but I am a daughter of Oshun. And when you're a daughter of Oshun, you may have went through some kind of trauma. Hold on. You were snoring.
No.
Yeah. I couldn't hear myself talking in my video.
Mm.
Okay, so like I was saying, I'm a daughter of Oshun. And when you're a daughter of Oshun, you've had traumatic things happen in your past, okay? Yes, if you're a daughter of Oshun, you've had some traumatic things happen in your past. But as daughters of Oshun, we know how to blossom from those things. You're going to see us smile and be joyful with their childlike spirit because you fall 7 times and you get back up 7 times. That's all. I'm going to say it like that. So, by the time I got in my 20s, I'm going to say I started being in my healing stage. I didn't want nothing knocking me off balance, but something did knock me off balance, okay? God will send people in your life sometimes, and it's meant to transform you. It's meant to shape and shape you. It's either going to make you a better person or not. And me, it made me a better person. I've always been a good person, but I'm polished now, okay? I'm reborn. Every saint done been a sinner. Oh, I can tell you that now. You get a saint talking about they ain't ever did nothing. You get somebody talking about they ain't ever sinned. They lying straight through their teeth, okay? They lying. They telling a fib. They might be telling more than that, okay? Because we born in the sin. So you're going to do something and have to ask for forgiveness. And we try to do right, okay? And the spirit is saying don't try, do, okay? And when we do the best we can do, okay? And it's not going to be perfect all the time. That's why there's correction. So, yes, I had someone come in my life, okay? And jealousy is a bad, bad demon. And when you get people that's jealous around you, you better get out from around them. Because they're not going to do you no good. They're only going to do you harm. And me, I've always been nice. I used to be a people pleaser. It was hard for me to say no because it wasn't even in my vocabulary. And I had to find it. And I started using it because people was taking my kindness for weakness. And that's just what, people going to do when they feel like you're weak. And I haven't ever been weak, but My kindness made people think I was weak. And I'm going to say it, my own mother-in-law, she is who God used to wake me up, because I haven't ever seen evil in its perfect fashion until I seen her, okay? Yeah. Jealousy is a bad demon. And behind her with her little minions, jealousy is a bad demon. I always stayed in my place. I always knew how to move. And I haven't ever been a jealous person. I always had love inside of me. When I was younger, I haven't been till I woke up, so excuse my voice. But when I was younger, I used to think that everybody was my friend. I used to think I was supposed to be nice to everybody. And I was always the mediator, trying to keep things, right? Not wanting people to fuss and fight. That was me. So when I met my mother-in-law, I haven't ever had anybody that's older than me not like me, for the record. I haven't had anybody not like me. And I'm the type of person, if you don't like me, you don't like anybody, okay? Because how can you not love me? I am such a bubbly, nice person, okay? It's like, how can you not like her? That's what you'll say. Anyway, so, all right. Okay, so I got so many messages going through my brain right now. Excuse me if I get sidetracked. I'm trying to stay on track. Okay, so when I met her, I thought she was the nicest person, okay? This story is about how God can take and use someone to transform you, okay? Because he transformed me through my mother-in-law. I woke up through the things she did to me, and I didn't ever think somebody could be this wicked. Because I had people hate on me, I had people be mean to me, but not like this. Not like this. Because when I met her, she was so nice. Oh yeah, so nice. And she'll talk your head off. You'll think she the nicest person in the world. Oh my gosh. My husband said, don't be fooled. So I took that lightly. Okay? I took that lightly until I learned better. I learned better. And when you learn better, you do better. Okay? When you know better, you do better. So when I moved an hour away, we stayed with her for about 3 months until we got our own place. And I still thought she was the nicest person, because she was nice in my face. Ain't no telling what she was saying behind my back, but she was nice in my face. And then I'm at work, and before we moved, she's like, oh, tell Queen, let me help you move. Tell Queen, I'm going to help you move while she at work. I'm like, why she want to help move while I'm at work so bad? So I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, okay. I prayed and kept it pushing. She like, oh, it's going to be dark when she get off. I'm like, okay, so I'm out the next day. So she comes in, helps him move and everything. First night there, we all slept in one bed. When I say we all, us and our babies, we had to sleep in one bed because the other beds hadn't been brought in. Okay? So we slept in that one room that night, and it felt like something was just standing in the doorway just watching us. And it did not feel good. We did not sleep. And then it was very dim in that place. We had those brown bordered walls, if you know what I'm talking about. And it felt like someone was just standing there watching us, okay? So I went through there and I blessed it. It seemed okay. And then later, I went there one day to change. My daughter had an asthma attack. I had found out she had asthma. This day we had went to the emergency room, and I have asthma, so it was normal. It was like, okay, she has asthma. Gotta get it under control. I go to our place to change clothes. It felt so eerie, and I'm like, I'm a grown woman. Why am I in here scared right now? That's what I was thinking. So I'm praying. I'm like, I gotta go get dressed. I gotta get ready for work. I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. This 10 years ago. No, this is 15 years ago. I'm hearing boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, somebody's outside, probably chopping on a tree, chopping down a tree or something. I don't know. So it sounds like it's getting closer. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the heck? So I grabbed my shoes. I grabbed my shirt. I had already changed my pants, put on my belt. And I run up out of there with my socks in my hand too. Because I'm like, this is where my husband and the kids, they're still at the emergency room. Because I have to go back there so he can go drop me off so I can make it to work on time. So I had on like a tank top. So I grabbed my shirt. I put my shirt on in the car, my socks and shoes, everything. And then I told my husband what happened. And we talk about it. And then we don't worry about it. But things got more and more weird in that place, okay? And I started watching her. She started giving me perms. I would be like, because I used to go to a beautician. And when I moved away, I was able to go to that beautician that I've been going to since I was younger. I had to start using box perms. And I didn't like it. It was messing up my hair. But I knew that the box perms was messing up my hair, so I started using it less than every 6 weeks. I started using it every 3 months, so it wasn't so harsh on my hair. Okay, and the reason for me telling you this is because I wanted to go get my own perm, buy my own perm. I don't know how, but she always knew. You okay? You okay? Lily. That was my daughter. I'm always checking on my kids, okay? Sound like somebody was choking or something. But I guess they got it right because ain't nobody answered me. So anyway, let me stay on topic. So I don't know how she knew every time she'll call my husband. And it was like she had some kind of control over him. And I don't know, or she had that witch tongue and she knew how to get him to tell her things, and she would know I was getting ready to go get me a perm. Why don't you save some money? That's what she said. Why don't you save some money? Tell her save some money. I have perm left. She wanted me to use perm that she already had left over, or it was 2 in a box and I could use the other one, right? So I started noticing my hair was changing. My hair started getting so dry and dull. And I'm like, hold up now. I'm like, this is not the texture of my hair. My hair is easier to manage. I'm like, what is going on here? My hair started getting coarse. I'm like, hold up, stop. So I go to the source, which is God the Most High. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on in my hair? God says, start using them perms. He said, you slipping. So I stopped using her perms. And I washed my hair. And it was like, it started not looking so dull, but I dyed my hair. And it's like the texture tried to come back. And it wasn't until later on I did the big chop that my hair started like being normal again. And I don't have bad texture hair at all. I'm like, okay. So to go back some, she ended up coming staying with us, coming living with us. And that's when I really, really seen her true colors. She was always doing things and acting like she wasn't doing it. She was always doing sneaky things. Things would happen and she was always putting things in my husband's head about me and trying to make it seem like she innocent saying it, but she being funny at the same time. So many things happen. I don't even know where to start, y'all. So we let her come stay with us. And we call her the 3-month lady because we gave her a 3-month rule. It was always queen, queen, oh queen. So I wasn't seeing like her bad side. I would buy my mother-in-law, wigs and all kind of things because that's just how I do when I love someone. I like to spoil them, if that makes sense. I'm just good at heart. I was spoiling her too much because she would we'll go somewhere. We couldn't go nowhere without her riding or without having to grab her something to eat with us, spending extra money. So she'll go get her something to eat and sit right there in front of us, be mumbling on her breath saying, shoot, shoot, I'm not buying him nothing to eat, shoot. And we're like, okay, what is wrong with her? You tell her no, she start acting weird. If she don't like someone, she's going to talk against them all day to try to get them to be against you. That's just how she roll. I started noticing she will go out. She'll say, oh, they cute, ain't they? To my husband. My husband like, I have a whole wife here. He like, my wife is beautiful. Like, he'll scratch that. But it started becoming a habit. It started getting weird. But then it was all still old step. So I stopped buying her things. Because I started seeing she started checking the mailbox for my checks. But she want to talk about me working and having a job when I always got money somehow. I ain't ever had nobody take care of me. And it be the people like that haven't worked themselves, that haven't did things themselves, and they're quick to talk about others just to keep the heat off themselves. If you're not paying attention, you're going to get got by that witch tongue. But if you're paying attention and you start putting them puzzle pieces together, it's not making sense. You like, they just bothered. But she got more and more sinister. She wanted to be the only one to cook. She didn't want me cooking my own house. She wanted me just to clean. I thought that was odd. But we let her have that because we were like, okay, no problem. Respect your elders. She started asking why I'm cleaning so much. I found that odd. Why you mopping so much? Found that odd. And then I started having stomach aches and all kind of problems. It wasn't until I felt like I was losing my breath one night. She was sitting there watching me eat, and she wasn't eating herself. This when I stopped eating other people's food because I had to go throw this up. I had to go vomit it out. And she's wondering why I'm vomiting. You got to pay attention to things like that because she should be asking me, am I okay? Not why. him, I vomiting. But things got more and more weird. My husband had his hands on the back of the couch and he started getting dizzy-headed. We like, this woman cannot be doing things. She cannot be this sinister, walking around with a Bible in her hand, calling God's name out all the time. She cannot be this sinister. We noticed something wasn't right. If you're not paying attention, you're going to get God. So always pay attention. Always walk with the Holy Spirit. Always use discernment. Because if you're not paying attention, you're going to get God. I had children to protect, not just myself. She couldn't even tell my children happy birthday. It was like I was dealing with a big child. I remember one day a man knocked on our door and I thought it was our neighbor. And he was telling me that he needed some insulin for his daughter. He was going to go to the hospital. And I'm just touching bases on a lot of things that happen here and there. Just to get you to realize, like, okay, this is a wicked person. So you can see what I saw because I seen it. I haven't ever seen somebody so wicked in my life. And like I said, it was like dealing with a child. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie. What's that new movie with Brandy in it? I can't think about it right now, but it's a new movie. And the singer Brandy, she plays in it. And she's married and she's pregnant. And her husband's stepmother, an elderly lady, comes and say, go watch that movie. And you'll see what a type of wicked I'm talking about, okay? Go watch that movie. She was like, MESS, miss. Like, go watch that movie. Go watch it. So, okay, so the man knocks on my door and he's asking for money because he say his daughter needs insulin. I don't know about those type of things. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, let me give him some money. I didn't have no money at the time. We was so straight. Like, the lowest dollar bill I had was $20, okay? And I didn't mind helping people. I had like helping people, but I gave him a $20 bill. I'm like, go ahead. She's like, oh, you gave him $20. So I'm like, why are you worried about it? It's our money. So my husband comes home and she started sitting at the table, which I stopped sitting at the table at night because she started bringing up things about me, like she was trying to get me and my husband to feud. And I'm too smart for that. I got that old Shun spirit, like I'm clever, like leave me alone. So we're sitting at the table and she looking weird. My husband asked me, I finally get to the table. He's like, because we'll go sit there at night. He come in and she's like, oh, still you telling what you did? I'm like, what is she talking about? He said, why you give that man $20? So I explained it to him and everything. And she said, giving out money, I work hard for it. And I'm like, hold on now. She talking about giving out the money you work hard for. I'm like, this is our money because I work hard too. Okay? I had bundled that box up that we were saving in. And she went on that she was steady trying to figure out how much we had in that box, not knowing that that I was bringing most of the bread in at that time. And my husband snapped back. He like, yeah. He like, this how money. He like, I know my wife ain't gonna be giving out money. So this man actually ended up coming back, and I was wiser next time. He didn't get no more money out of me, okay? I slipped that time, I did, out the kindness of my heart. And sometimes you can be so kind, it could get you messed up too, okay? So it was just that witch tongue, those things of being sneaky and controlling because you want to whisper to my husband all the time and tell him things like I'm a child. But then he's coming back around me and we're talking about it. And we're talking about what's right and what's wrong. You getting yourself caught up in the net because we over here using discernment. Then it started being she didn't want me. I couldn't even have a headache. I'm faking sick. But she walking around, and when she get hurt or something, then she want us to just fall all over her. Like, it was crazy. I thought this woman was diabolical. I'm cleaning up her throw up. Okay, her vomit. She vomits on my bathroom floor everywhere, and I had to clean it up. Had to call the ambulance for her, everything. But when I'm sick or something, she's wanted to ride to the hospital with us. She wanted to go to my doctor's appointments. She's keeping tabs, okay? This woman became so sinister, y'all. She got mad one day because my husband was tending to me after me going to an appointment, and I was sore afterwards, right? And I believe I talked about this back in my videos. You can go look. I was sore, and he called her side-eyeing me, just looking at me all crazy. I'm walking in the store sore, but I'm walking in the store. I'm not making you go. I'm not making nobody else go. I went in there, and he called her side-eyeing me. He asked her, like, why are you looking at my wife like that? He like, she can't control on what her body does. She can only make sure that it get better. Like, what is your problem? So I wasn't ever a sickly person, but being around her, I became sickly. I was young, I was well, but I became sickly over time, being around her. She started getting more and more weird, more and more jealous. She sat on my husband lap, and she like, Queen, you jealous? I'm like, what in the world? My husband like, okay, you got to move because that's weird. This is my wife. He bought me a ring, and she's like, where's mine? That's weird. Jealousy is a demon, bro. That's weird. You got to pay attention because that's weird. It got more and more sinister, more and more weirder. When when I stopped letting her cook in my house, she started going out to get something to eat. Like, she hadn't even ever tasted my food. She hadn't even ever seen me cook. Because she could cook for other people, but they couldn't cook for her. She don't eat other people's food. Mm-mm. She barely eat her own son's food. And that was a red flag. I should have been paying attention because she wanted me to eat her food very badly. So she gets mad because he's tending to me that day. He's tending to me when I was sick, right? We come back home. They ride to Charlotte. I stayed because I wasn't feeling well. I stayed. Me and the kids, we stay. So they come back. She at the Moody. My husband go to the pool hall. To the pool hall with the guys. I'm like, okay, go ahead. She told me I'm walking through the living room. I'm trying to go outside for some fresh air because I wasn't feeling well. This is 15 years ago now. And I remember it like it was yesterday. But this was 15 years ago. And she says to me, I'm not worried about nobody if they're not worried about me. Remind you, I cleaned this woman vomit off the floor. We were always there for her when she was sick, even with a headache. Okay, and we couldn't get a headache. Okay, she had to have one too. And so I ignore what she says and go outside. She follows me out there, and she tells me that he had to take me. My husband asked her, did she want to go? But she starts off saying he didn't have to take me with him. I didn't want to go. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Acting petty. I'm not with the childish stuff. I am very mature minded. I do not like being around petty people. I do not like drama because I do not do well with drama. I do not do well with drama. It will bring out all my demons. I do not deal well with drama. So she says, she goes, my husband likes light-skinned women and Caucasian women. I'm like, where is this coming from? I'm like, did I ask you this? And I'm just looking at her because I can't believe she's sitting here in front of me just out the blue saying some crazy mess like this, because as you can see, I am a chocolate, dark-skinned woman, and I love the skin I'm in. She thought she was going to dig at me like that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you've been around me this long, and you're just now saying something like this to me? I already seen where it was going. I said, she can get out my house. So the next day, I tried to let it go. I didn't know how I was going to tell my husband without her saying, oh, it's her, it's her. Because that's how it go when you're dealing with a witch. They always try to cover up their tracks. I told my husband. Dang, I actually didn't know this was going to be a long video. So if this video ends, I'm going to do a part 2. So it got real diabolical, y'all. Real diabolical with this woman. If you're not paying attention, you're going to get got. Okay? That's how it goes. You got to pay attention. So she started getting really, really petty. And I told my husband what she said to me that night. He said, hold up. He got real angry. And he knew I wasn't lying because he knows me. So he goes to her. Oh, she said that. Queen said that. She said that. She the one always talking about your exes. So I'm flabbergasted. I'm like this because you really, really got to watch the devil. I'm like, this woman is crazy. I said, really? I'm the one who has been talking about his exes. I said, I don't even want to hear about his exes. I'm like, I'm here. I'm here now. What wife will want to hear about another, like about their husband exes, just like their husband don't want to hear about the wife exes. That's why they're called exes. Okay? They're exed out. We don't talk about them no more. So my husband would get mad because she steady want to bring up his exes. So we leave and we come back. We try to have a cookout. This woman hits me. She acting real shady. She got in his face. I'm like trying to, calm the situation down. She turns around and gets in my face. Me? I'm not backing down. I got God in me. I am not backing down to the devil. So she hits me. And what do? I hit her back because mama taught me to hit back. Somebody hit you, you hit them back. And that's what you're supposed to do. But I had to draw back because I couldn't do her like that. Because I know my strength. I had to defend myself. The police gets called. And by the time the police was finished talking to her, she said, yeah, she needs some help. Something's wrong with her. She needs some help. The police says this now. So she has to get out of my house. She has to leave. Okay? She had to leave because she was being so diabolical to me when all I was good to her. When every time the vehicle moved, she was in there. Until I caught her looking like this in the mirror every time. She had to go. She had to leave. You hit me. You had to go. And so she leaves and she's telling the whole neighborhood, oh, she hit me. She hit me. She hit me. I'm like, really? I am not no aggressive person at all. But if someone hits me, I have the right to hit them back. By law, I have the right to defend myself. And So that went on. She comes back with a fake sorry, give me a fake hug. I knew it was fake. And I go to work one day. My husband calls me and she sleep on my couch. I don't know what she had over him, but I did a lot of prayer to get it off of him, okay? So after she came and stayed that last time, she didn't come back no more. She left. And she started putting salt all over my name. Because that's what your enemy do. Your enemy, that witch, is going to always put salt on your name. Because that's what witches do. They try to make themselves look good to make you look bad. And I took that and I took all that. And until I started getting sicker and sicker. All that food I ate, I lost over 60 pounds, y'all. I had so much going on with me. It was working in the spiritual and getting me in the physical. And that's when I got so low, so uncomfortable, so down, I turned to the Most High. It took about 5-7 years later for this to happen. And I got so low. And it would feel like every time I try to pick myself up, I get knocked back down. Things were glitching around me. It was like we'll be up and down, up and down. Because you really got to watch the people you have around you. So the last time when I woke up and I asked God for the truth and he gave me everything I needed. He even showed me things that she did then that I didn't even see or realize. She even turned my stepson against me and he was just a child. She even turned him against my husband and he was just a child. All with that witch tongue. Really diabolical. She can make people that love you hate you. Yes. The most innocent person, she can make people hate you. So the last time God said, let her in, he said, you let her in, I'm going to break all bad bondages. Oh, man. When God said that, because I did not want her coming to my house, she didn't know where we stayed for a while. After she left, she didn't know where we stayed for a couple years. And so one day we let her come. Nothing changed. She was the same sneaky, conniving person, smiling in my face, but being diabolical behind my back. Getting out the car, telling my neighbors that their daughter looked like my husband's ex. It was creepy. I said, you can't be around me no more because you're messing up my energy. You messing up my energy. And I'm not a jealous person at all. I love. Like, I see a beautiful person, I can say, oh, you're so beautiful. That's just me. But she was diabolical. She wanted me to have hate in my heart. But she had hate in her heart. She hated the love that me and my husband had for one another. She hated the things we did together. She hated me being around him. She had nothing but hate in her. And she had the same energy. She came to my house 3 times and didn't come back no more. After that, God started breaking all bad bondages. All bad things. So many people walked out of our life and we don't talk to none of them today. God showed us what was real. And that's how the universe does when you wake up. The universe starts pushing everything bad out that does not serve your purpose. Oh, my neck's where I've been sitting up talking. And I have to get this out because the Holy Spirit wanted me to get this out. I don't know what this story serves purpose or resonates with anybody for, but people are wicked, okay? They can be diabolical. And if you're slipping, you're going to get got. Don't don't trust people always smiling in your face. You get people that don't know how to explain themselves, and then you get people that's just downright wicked. And they don't ever do anything. But when she came in my house, she was cooking that pot of greens. And I just started vomiting. This was years ago now. Years ago. Years ago. That's when me and my husband knew we was on to it. Had my window cracked. I could hear her outside. She'll speak against me. And in my face, she'll talk like she for me. Telling my husband, who gonna be there for you when you're sick and da-da-da. But at that moment, I was sick. She didn't want him to be there for me. And he like, what are you talking about? He like, my wife gonna be there. No, we're gonna be there. She not here today. God got rid of her because you can't keep the devil next to you. You can't prosper when you got wicked next to you because nothing but evil is gonna continuously pop up. Okay. Third time she came to my house, she was popping up while my husband was at work, and she was supposed to come while he was off. But she was being sneaky popping up while he was at work, trying to be sinister to me. She was picking her purse up, sitting it down, picking it up, sitting it down. I said, what is she doing? I said, you could sit your purse over there on that chair. No, it's okay. Asking me for pictures. Didn't ever ask me for pictures. After she picked that purse up, set it down, I ended up giving her pictures of my children, pictures of us. And I didn't ever give her pictures because I knew she didn't have good in her heart. Even when she giving things, it's always something behind it. And you got to watch when people give you things because they could be given to you to take. If you understand, they could be giving you to take from you. People are wicked. People can see your blessings on you, and you really got to watch. But that's how God woke me up. I had already been traumatized. I was in my healing stage, and he sent her. He sent her in my life. Because when people put bad luck on you and they shut your doors down, it walks you into bad after bad, and it woke me up. It really woke me up. The Most High woke me up through my mother-in-law. I don't hate her today. I love from a very long distance. I just know that she won't ever do the things that she did to me again. She go around talking bad about me. She even talk about my looks. She don't think I know the things that she do, but I do. I always know. And I go to the Most High about it because he can fix it. He can fix it quick. He can fix anything. He turn your enemies into your footstool. She think that I'm the reason why her son does not mess with him. No, your son does not mess with you because he knows that you're a witch. I'm not the only female that you did things like diabolical things too. And she'll use those same ex-females to try to cause destruction when they already seen her in action. But I know, once I know, you ain't getting over on me, okay? My God, he shows me red flags now before I even walk into it. He showed me the red flag. He waving it. And I don't walk into it. I turn around. Because people are diabolical. They're wicked. I started staying on the up and up. I started staying blessed. I started protecting myself, protecting my family, blessing my house, blessing me and my family. We started having a great relationship with the Most High. We had to sacrifice a great sacrifice for a sacrifice. Things weren't easy. But God showed me the truth. I even found out things that people did to me that I didn't know they did to me. I found the truth in every situation. He sent that bad burden in and he tore down all bad burdens. He showed me people true faces. And now, today, nobody can get over on me. I keep to myself even more now. Okay? And I still walk around with that smile on my face. But you're not going to take my kindness for weakness. So pay attention, because it's some wicked people out there and you keep them wicked people away. And sometimes when people let me just say this, when people put bad things on you, you have to go get the good to destroy their bad. You could pray all day, but God is going to send you straight to the source to get rid of the bad, okay? If you understand, you get it, you got it. So I pray whoever this story resonates with, that you wake up. You wake up, tap in, ask God for the truth, and He going to show you. He going to give it to you. He going to show you who for you and who against you. Okay? Always. I am Queen. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Whew. That's it. Y'all have a great day. Ashe, ashe, ashe. One love.